Hi, this is Crystal, and I'm delighted to introduce our special guest, Kai, our Guama's product manager. So he will bring a wealth of knowledge and expertise on today's topic, services Guama provide. Hi, Kai, how are you today?
Hi, Crystal. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me here. So I'm Kai. I'm part of the Goama product team and mostly focus on, gamification stuff. Yeah,
Wow, I will learn a lot from you today, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me on this?
Mm, Maybe how long have you been in Guama today already?
So I don't remember the exact date, but I've been with Goama for about 3 years now. I think closing into four. So yeah, I've been here a long time.
Awesome. Okay, so thanks for sharing. And without further ado, let's get into it. So, what about Kai? Could you tell us about the services we provide in Guama?
Yeah. Basically in Goama, we sort of like provide multiple gamification solutions to like businesses of all sizes, from apps to websites, mostly to help boost our clients, performances, which range from like increasing active users to, boosting their engagement rates. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Now, next question is, could you tell us how do you design a gamification program that is effective?
Mm. So in designing a gamification program or a solution, it is important that we want to provide an effective solution. So what we actually do is we first of all what we need to understand the target audience and client, and also what motivates them, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
based on that, what we do is we set sort of like clear goals and objectives that for the program, and then that is also aligned with the game designs that we're going to create. And it's also very important that we test it often. So test and iterate the program to ensure that it is meeting the needs of the user. So that's what I would say makes an effective gamification solution. So basically, there's a lot of growth hacking involved and A/B testing. But yeah,
Wow, that's a new word from me. What is growth hacking? I think a lot of our viewers would like to know that too.
so growth hacking is basically sort of like a marketing technique where we
Mm-hmm.
tries to like experiment on small variations so that we can optimize the process. That's how I would interpret growth hacking from me personally. Yeah. So after doing lots of A/B testing, we can optimize the solution that would helps and be much more productive to the user as well as the client. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. I think I learned something new today from you. All right.
Yay.
So, could you please share about some of the popular games that we have in Guama?
So right now we have mostly hyper casual games. We try to cater towards the addictiveness in the nature, but we do have like games of all sorts, ranging from like classic arcade types like Tetris or Tetris, Pac-Man, that sort of games. We do, and from puzzles to bubble shooters and shooter, also like fast paced endless runner games like Subway Surfer. So some of the notable games that we have that are also like a global sensation. So it's like Cut the Fruit, Flap Flap, Yeti Sensation, which is another sort of like another different version of Subway Surfer. So we do have those kind of games. Yeah.
So, what is your personal favorite game?
I would say Yeti Sensation because like it does drive keeps my adrenaline running, and then like as the longer you play, much more intense it gets, right? So I'm sort of like when it comes to game, it's all about like adrenaline for me. So yeah, that's the sort of games that I enjoy.
Okay, nice. So, could you tell us a little more if the games are customizable to our customer needs?
So yes, most of our games are customizable.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of talented individuals working with us in the development process, as well as in the creation and the customization of existing games, right? So we offer intensively. Like we offer quite a range of customization from simple to like very complicated process, such as like simple reskinning of the game to meet the client brands for to changing the core game mechanics, which can be complex and difficult at times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and yeah, that's how much we're able to customize it.
Wow. What is your favorite games you enjoy to work on?
So we're currently working on a sort of like a long term kind of game, which is called what we call nurture. That
Mm-hmm.
I find it most enjoyable and interesting. So basically, nurture it's sort of like a virtual simulation and a
Mm-hmm.
growth game where you take care of a pet or a creature, right? And then yeah, the way you do is that you take care of the pet. It kind of like creates a bond, although it's a digital pet, and
Mm-hmm.
then you try to take care of it. And the I find it quite interesting and enjoyable because it's also one of my first it's one of my first time working on a project like this, as well as the mechanics involved is just like very interesting to me. There's a lot of complications involved and challenges that I really enjoy working on. Making all the right little bits and pieces fall into places is it's quite, yeah, it's like once you get it, it's quite like rewarding. Yeah, it's kind of like Tamagotchi, right? So
Yeah.
you take care of the egg until it grows, and then and basically the goal is to take care of the pet. But the way we did it with gamification is that we have involved all these different gamification features like a leveling up and rewarding system on how good you take care of it or how bad you take care of it. So that's like a reward and a punishment system also involved, right? So it
Oh,
it just keeps you hooked. Yeah.
I can't wait. Do you know roughly when this can be launched so I can play it too?
Yeah. So our first version will be coming out very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Probably next week with one of our partners in Latam. So yeah, that's all I could share right now. But yeah,
I
maybe
am very excited.
yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Thanks. What about can you share with us some of Guama's success stories with other business?
So nurture is our first, right? First
Mm-hmm.
this for I mean first when it comes to this type of games, but we do also do other types of gamifications. So one of the success story is Dana. We work with the partners called Dana, and then what we basically did is we sort of like it's an event based or a campaign based type of game. It runs for over I think over a month, about a month time. And basically, the game is we have this a Monopoly type of game. It's a board games where users can come in, roll the dice for every time they log in, and then based on the tiles that they land, they get some sort of rewards, right? It was quite a success story because we garner about like over 1 million players in just like 5 days, which was a huge surprise to us, and it kind of like exceeded the client's expectation by like 1.5 times, and then I
Wow.
think more than 5 million gameplays. So that's one of the success story. Yeah, and there's a couple more, but that's the one that I could vividly remember on top of my head. Yeah.
That's awesome. So when you work with Dana, how long did it take for you to successfully launch the whole thing?
So
Roughly.
usually the all the integration process as well as uh the creation of the games can take from a month to two, sometimes even 3 months, depending on how much of the assets that we have ready. Although of course there are some there can be some delay due to some new ideas coming up from a client request or some to smoothen out the process. But yeah, I would say about around 2 to 3 months. It could, yeah. it could even be faster if we already have if it's not a new type of game, right? Which is something that we already have in our uh, uh, library. Then it's pretty quick. All the process in about a month. Yeah.
Nice. What about, can you share like one challenges that you overcome with Dana that you faced? Yeah.
So one of the challenges would be, since it was one of the challenges that we actually faced was that as you know, the result uh, ex exceeded the client expectation. And then what happened was that there was a lot of traffic coming in, and we sort of like, that was the challenge because like we weren't expecting this kind of traffic. So we had to quickly, put up our feet, and then we had to, try to maintain, cater this, traffic. That was one of the very, very unexpected challenges that we had. Yeah.
Yes, I think the challenges is a good one, right?
Yes, yes, it helped us improve a lot as a company and also our infrastructure, I would say. But yes, this that way we will be prepared for a lot more, uh, whenever for other clients with big numbers. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Now, shall we talk about how gamification is beneficial for businesses that might want to, use Guama gamification platform?
So, yeah, there's a couple on my mind. One of them is, of course, increased engagement. Gamification can make tasks and activities much more engaging and enjoyable rather than just, your traditional like sign up or process. This can lead to an increase, participation and motivation by the users. It's much more fun. It's much more visibly pleasing as well. Yeah, that's one of them. The other one will be we can get an improved learning outcomes from the users and from this process. Games can be quite interactive, right? And it can be an immersive learning experience for user as well as the creator ourselves as well. And then this can help us to improve and optimize much more. Uh, you know Players and knowledge retention and also developing skills. The other one would be data collection. Gamification can be very, very effective when used properly to collect data on like user behavior and preferences. It also help us to drive certain behaviors, right? With these task and reward systems, that is very, very uh, very, very like incentivizing. It can help improve in like products or services and sales. Yeah.
Hmm, great. Thank you for sharing the very insightful benefit. And I believe our viewer have a better understanding now on what Guama is providing. So before we end this video, could you please share your thoughts on gamification?
Yeah. So for me personally, right, gamification has been, I mean, gamification is relatively a new term these days, but the principle of gamification has been around for quite a long time. Like even when I was back in, you know, kindergarten, for example, as I mean, a gamification can be as simple as a simple honorary sticker given to you by your teacher for doing well in quizzes, like so basically a sort of like a reward and punishment system. But of course it goes more deeper than that now. I think like gamification can not only make apps and website much more engaging, but if you it could also be applied in our daily life. I
Mm-hmm,
mean, well, for me, I consider life as a one big complex game sometimes, and
mm-hmm,
maybe incorporating gamification can like into our lives can make it much more fun and help us focus more on the our personal goals, right? For example, what I do is I have a little gamification system to keep my work and fun hobby balanced life. So what I do is like, for example, at every hour that I work, I get like a 15 minutes of like gaming time as a reward. So yeah. So that's what I try to do, right? Yeah, and I think yeah, with the way the technology is. right now and how it's evolving so fast and unpredictable, I think one can only imagine, how much gamification will become part of our lives in the future.
Great. I think I really
Yeah.
like that idea, but for me, I'm a little bit different. I do have a gaming strategy for myself as well. So if
Yeah.
I set a goal to hit certain thing, if I hit it, I will gain myself a ice cream as a
Oh, that's
reward.
nice. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ice cream equal happiness, isn't it?
Yes. It gives me so much sugar and happiness. Okay, okay. I agree that gamification can be applied in so many different ways to drive a satisfactory result, like both you, me, our customers, our colleagues, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so since Goama can help your business through gamification to your app or website, remember to click the link in the description below and consult our sales team. And if you have any questions for our product manager, Kai, remember to just put in the comment and I will transfer your questions to Kai for him to reply. So with that, Kai, thanks for joining us again today, and it's a pleasure for you to be here. And please remember for everyone to subscribe to Guama's YouTube, and we shall see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.